Well, hello everybody. Hey Google, turn off office light. Hey Google, turn on streaming area light. Hey there, Wum is here. Oh, Wum is here. Okay, all right. Hello there, Wum. Sometimes I try to read it too fast and.
Let's see. Where's the person Ayaka told us about?
Oh, you just changed your name. Okay.
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of a sudden, after all these years?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. We've had no time to prepare. The children are desperate for you to take them out to play. Please, we urge you to reconsider.
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about. Let's go over and see.
Let's see here. Is this who I'm supposed to talk to?
Ah, you must also be here to try and convince Tejima to stay. Tejima has protected this place ever since he arrived here 30 years ago. Keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near, resolving quarrels between the villagers. He has put an enormous amount of work into looking after this place, and we all think the world of him. But now, all of a sudden, he says he plans to leave us. We can't help but wonder, was it something we did? We will gladly apologize if that's the case. All we want is for him to stay.
If you want my opinion, something to do with the Vision Hunt decree. It's clear that Tejima had done nothing wrong, and still they confiscated his vision. After that, he became a completely different person. I can't claim to fully understand it, but I could tell that he'd lost something very important to him. He went off on a walk, alone, circled the village a few times, and then out of the blue, he announced that he was going to leave and become a wanderer. Truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here is the right thing to do. But equally, it doesn't feel right to let him leave when he's in this state. He's a lost soul.
Seems like he's a well-respected guy around here. You must be Tejima. So what's made you want to up and leave all of a sudden?
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question of what reason I would have to stay. True, but that's not why I chose to stay here. And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never wanted to leave in all that time? I don't have answers to those questions because I can't remember anymore. Ever since they took my vision away, it's like a slice of my memory is gone. In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I had then,
Okay, so you're
now.
over in Twitch and Kick.
So I
Okay.
thought, what's to stop me from
So,
moving
yeah, I
around
have-
instead?
The only thing
The
I
emptiness
don't have
inside
is I
me
don't
will be
have
there either
Kick.
way.
I don't have any way to do.
Well, in that
You know,
case,
alerts and
if
stuff
it
from
helped
Kik.
you rediscover the reason you chose to stay, you won't need to leave anymore, right? If you can't remember anything, it's not gonna be easy. Oh,
Yeah.
Maybe if you just try
So
a
yeah, I
little
just
harder
don't have a way to
remember,
do stuff in
then
Kick that I can do
it'll
here
come
in
flooding
Twitch here.
back.
So, but I mean, I stream on both of them, and
that
I've got both.
reminds
You can
me.
see I've got
Last
the
time I brought
chats for
Tejima
both
some
of them
fruit,
separately here.
I do believe I saw him writing
The
in a
Kick chat
diary.
there on the right side of the screen, and the
I
Twitch
keep
chat
a
on the left side of the
diary?
screen.
If you say so.
But
I
it just
honestly
doesn't.
can't seem to
Just
remember.
Oh yes, yes you
Streamer
do.
bot doesn't work
And
with it
what's
because
more,
Kick
I
just has
remember you
not done
saying
anything
at
with
the
their
time
API.
that you wanted to make a note of a few interesting things which
Kick
would
still
be
hasn't done
very
anything with the
important
API
at a
and
later
hasn't
date.
provided any
Perfect! So if we want to keep
information on it.
Tejima from leaving, we just need to find his diary. It must be around here somewhere. Let's take a look.
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary. We should head back to the village to inform the others of Tejima's situation.
Yeah, so I trying to get rid of all my bots and get down to just one streamer bot, streamer.bot. Well, I'll
Whether
have
it
to
takes me
deal with
uphill,
Lumia as
downhill, or
well,
out to the
but
sticks.
that's not
I
it.
get the
I don't
goods
have to
ready
do
to
it as a bot. I
Or
can
even
use
take 'em
streamer
across the
bot to
sea.
control Lumia,
So don't worry, you're in safe hands.
or I
They
can
don't call me the gold
control
standard guard for
my
nothing.
lights. Else, otherwise. I can see my Lumia's not even working right now.
I'll be as great as
And I don't know why Lumia just keeps failing. I'm just so tired of all these bots and everything that just fail all the time.
A pot of tea with a couple of nibbles, some seasonal greens.
I have to go back and see if I
hot bowl
can
of
get
fresh
Lumia
conch.
to
That's a dope breakfast
connect
right
back
there.
in again.
The perfect way to start your day.
One day, I'll be as great as Ryuji.
Because it just constantly disconnects and says, eh. It says it's connected right now, but it's not. Yeah. There. Now I got Lumia to finally log in. Yep, works now. But it's just like, it's so unstable.
You can support Hippie Redneck Geek by giving a tip at Buy Me a Coffee, Streamlabs, or Stream Elements. See
And
links
there-
in the chat.
And it just disconnected again. It's just so. Hey, Mamachi. Good night. Welcome. Sure. You good night. Yeah, I've got Twitch and Kick open and YouTube open and all these bots running and shit and OBS and. But I have pretty high-end computer here, but use whichever one you want there. It's just that I don't have all the fancy stuff over on Kick.
Boom booms and eyes, and boom booms and mouth. And
I mean, Twitch is the one that has all my
tighten up that part.
all my fun stuff on.
One day, I'll be as great as Ryuji.
I have no idea what the hell just went on here because I didn't miss the. I was talking to you and not working on this here.
Hey man, nothing wrong with that.
Twitch is the spot to be for all the best streams. Who needs cable when you've got BWAAP and Ace keeping it real for you, right?
Yeah, I was on Ace's channel earlier.
This looks like Teijima's
I was supposed to
diary,
be
alright?
doing I was supposed to be doing
Let's see
board
what we
games,
have
but the people couldn't make
the
it, so.
villagers and I got together to
But they
cook
didn't tell
fried
me until the
rice
last
and
minute,
fish.
so.
I messed up and burned mine a little, so I had to pretend that it was black snakehead instead. Today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I pulled him out, he told me that his best friend Bamboo was still in the water. I searched the water the whole afternoon before finding out that Bamboo was the name of his pet crab. I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. I soon realized I was never going to get it back, so I just found somewhere to sit and watch as it flew away into the distance. Seems like
There
an
you go.
average diary of daily village life. Huh? Wait, there's more! I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while.
Yeah, I've done that.
The
Had
Omamori
3 or
you
4
gave me
different
has
streams
faded a
going on
little,
simultaneously.
But it is still my most treasured possession. Now that's the kind of info we're looking for. Time to pay a visit to the shrine.
Now, I'm still fairly new to this Genshin here, but managed to. I'm now gotten up to AR-45. I'm waiting to. I got to get my characters up to 80 before
Join
I go.
Hippie Redneck Geeks Discord server.
Yes,
at,
this is our
well,
Archon quest
This is
here.
too hard to say. So just check out the chat for the announcement on
is-
the URL for Hippie Redneck Geeks Discord server.
Yeah, this is the Archon quest. This is the main quest here. I've got most of the map open, except for Inazuma. So I haven't got Inazuma opened up yet, but I've been out wandering all over the place. So I haven't gone all over Fontaine. I've just gone into Fontaine, done some stuff in Fontaine. I've done some Chenyu Vale. Been all over Liyue. And
Hey there, man.
45.
I'm just a chill Twitch chatbot vibing with you all. What's going on in your world today?
I'm AR-45. I need to. I can ascend, except for my character is I was 35 when I ascended and immediately became 43, and I haven't had a chance to get my characters. I haven't had a chance to get my characters up a level because they're still 70. They were 70 when I went from 35 to 43, and so I've got one up to 80. But I was forgetting to do my talents, so now I'm trying to get my talents up and get everybody up to level 80 before I can do the Ascension quest. Yeah, I just got into Inazuma yesterday. Yesterday was my first day in Inazuma, so this is day 2 of Inazuma. So I have no idea what I'm doing here. I've taken completely. What the heck? Where am I supposed to go? I wasn't paying attention to what was going on, and now I forgot what I'm.
So
Go on.
this is the Omamori Tejima wrote about. Interesting. Looking at the color and the design, Paimon would have thought it belonged to a child. But anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a chance some of his elemental energy remained on it.
Streamlabs or Stream Elements, I forget which one that is there. It just says, I is now live. How long have I been live now? I've been live for 10 minutes. That's like, these bots are just okay. I see, I don't even, shit, I don't even know what I'm doing. Use elemental sight for something.
Here we are! This seems to be somewhere that Tejima visited a lot. The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Maybe Tejima buried something precious here. Something that kept him in the village all these years? Must be something pretty amazing if it made him stick around for 30 years. Let's dig it up and take a look.
Paimon is so getting and
Looks
everything.
like a letter. The paper's gone yellow. Konda Village. Sounds so
You can
familiar.
support Hippie
Where
Redneck
is
Geek
that
by
place
giving a
again?
tip at Buy Me a Coffee, Streamlabs, or Stream Elements. See links in the chat.
Oh, and just to give you a hint here of something that I'm working on right now. This is in progress right now. This is something I am working on. That. And this. Oops. Yeah, that. Working on that as well. And I'm working on that. So I'm gonna have my own pepper sauces, hot pepper line here out. Definitely want to have. I got to do some more work on the artwork. But this artwork here, I really like here. This and here, I really like that one. So those are works in progress right now. I've got I have a company I'm working with right now um, to produce these.
Huh. So the reason Tejima came here was to wait for someone. But he's been here for 30 years. Oh, guess they didn't show up in the end, huh? Well, let's go give Tejima his stuff back and take it from there.
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. And I guess the Omamorian letter belonged to me too. But I have no memory of anything that's written in this diary. Still, it's clear that I was waiting for someone
It's going to be a
here,
couple months here.
and that I chose to wait
We're still
for
working.
30
We're still working on the
years.
artwork.
Over the years, I must have
Once
made
I
a
finish the
note of
artwork,
anything
then it's going to
interesting,
take a
anything
couple
that I could
weeks.
share with her when we were finally reunited.
But it's working on the artwork and getting everything finalized.
And just look at all the things that did happen over the years. The time has flown by so quickly. 30 years feels like
But
the blink of an eye.
I'm expecting it to probably happen sometime
How
in
could I have
April, the end of
forgotten
April,
something so important to me?
because during the second week of April, I'll be doing the solar eclipse.
Now
I'll be
that I
streaming
think
that.
about it,
So
when
everything
my
the week
vision
before
was
and that
taken
week
from
is going to be
it
all
felt like I'd
dedicated.
suddenly
It's
been
all going to be a lot of
hollowed
prepping for
out.
that. So
Love,
anything I didn't do with the hot sauces and stuff is
everything I
going to be a
felt
little
for
bit
her.
held off by that.
It's all disappeared.
And they're going to be limited runs too.
Not
So I'm not going to
especially.
have a
After all,
full
I've
distribution of.
forgotten
There's
who
going to
she
be limited
was.
runs of those.
Her face, her voice, the things we experienced together. I barely recall any of it. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if all these years have been nothing but a hazy dream. I think maybe not. If this is something I waited most of my life for, I suppose I should carry on waiting. Although, what if she were to turn up eventually, only to find I didn't remember so much as her name? Wouldn't that be upsetting for her? When I think about it like that, I do feel a slight tinge of sadness in my heart. How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? It's just like that feeling of emptiness, the feeling that something is missing. Thank you both for helping me reconnect with my reason for staying here. I shall remain here and keep waiting for her.
Tejima seems to be dealing okay, but still, it makes Paimon really sad. Seems it's just like Ayaka and Tomo were saying. If you lose your vision, you lose all your hopes and dreams too. That certainly explains the state Tejima was in earlier. At least we were able to help him, weren't we? Well, let's go find the next person.
That's right, you're supposed to be helping these people here.
According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission.
We gotta go find this samurai. Well, let's get us some hilly churls while we're at it. And possibly some treasure.
I'll protect us.
Oh, I don't have no elf with me.
Lights out.
Yeah.
Look at it sparkle.
I didn't think to do this here before. I think because it messed me up there. Not to have the right character there.
As you wish.
Where are we going now? I forgot where we was going. Oh, we're going over here. Skip the little side quests
I'll catch up.
for now. We're going to do the main quest. We'll skip the side quests.
They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order
shit.
in
Let me think.
Inazuma. The ones actually enforcing the Vision Hunt Decree. But why would they take action against one of their own? Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation.
I think she's only got her second constellation.
How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency provisions.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand? Not some goods to be pocketed by greedy samurai.
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this.
Oh, huh? And who are you? One of Kurosawa's gang, no doubt.
What? We just happened to be passing by. We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this matter.
I mean, she's pretty much of a
This is
beast as it
Kurosawa.
is.
He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible for distribution.
Just
In
a
the
little bit
past, we'd
slow
simply
in
ask him for
comparison
provisions and
to
everything would be
Gumming
delivered.
and
Now, he suddenly refuses to give us anything. He's
Rosaria.
keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it. We'll starve without them.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown his true colors.
He's the same as all the other samurai. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him helping her rule the nation.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But why would she ever want us to help someone like him? Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and see what he has to say.
Yeah, so her constellation, so yeah, I've got a second one here, combat maid. But I've got her. I built her a prototype archaic, which is a beast. So she's pretty high DPS, but slower than Rosaria here. Rosaria she's got high DPS with speed.
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, it's ridiculous. If I was hoarding supplies, would I still be the poor man I am today? My own family can barely get by as it is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got other matters to attend to.
Well, right now, Rosaria is
all day.
She's right now is she does the most DPS right now of any of my characters.
My work. Apparently.
But Gaming and Noel are pretty close.
And that's why they confiscated my vision.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt Decree. Why would you be unworthy of your vision?
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the details. All I know is that I would perform certain things every month. But I don't recall what they were. And it's not just that. I have this unsettling feeling, like someone owes me something.
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through such hard times right now. To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders, which is why I came here in the first place. I was chasing after them when I got held up by these two. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself. If there were any emergency provisions to be had, they would have found them.
Huh. He seems to be telling the truth. But we better confirm. Let's go round up those treasure hoarders and see what they have to say. We should be able to follow their tracks. They couldn't have gone too far.
Yeah, so I've got Rosario here. She's got Dragon Spine Sphere. So, and I've got her set with Blizzard Stray and Berserker. And then she's I still haven't got unlocked the first constellation on her. And I've got her 6 6s, well 1-5 for her talents. So she does pretty good.
Whenever you need me, I'll be there.
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods. We really hit the jackpot. I mean, besides that one house.
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot more where this came from. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic journey of pillage and plunder that will go down in hoarder history. You demand, boss.
I've only got like 12 pulls, so.
Seem like the treasure hoarders we're after. Let's teach them a lesson.
But I'm still, I'm still trying to figure out here stuff. So.
I must be the Judgment. Shiver. Yeah.
Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that, you know? Come on, boss. Think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you. Kurosawa. Oh, I remember. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck. I knew he shouldn't have hit that place.
So what did you see inside? Was it stuffed with food supplies?
Food supplies? You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found was a strange-looking box, hopefully with valuables inside. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself once we got back. But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box for our freedom. What do you say?
You've got a deal. Now show us what's in the box.
Huh?
What the?
There's nothing in here but IOUs!
Yeah, a lot of them too. And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store, a Miss Aoi. We're talking tons of Mora here. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the bottom of this. As for you guys, you're free to go. Just pray that our paths don't cross again.
Yes, of course.
So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke even?
Shut it. Let's just get out of here.
Hey. Lightning storms. Oh. Fall in the water. Where am I going? How far am I going? Okay, I'm almost there. Up, up. Up, up. There you go.
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. We've got everything you need.
All right, have fun with your
Can I help
math.
you find something? Or perhaps there's something you want to inquire about? Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it. Perhaps you're here to pay off his debts.
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're just here to learn where they all came from. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money? Did he buy anything super expensive here?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the payment on his own account. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So, he started writing out IOUs to cover whatever he couldn't afford of the usual amount.
So that's how he was getting those emergency provisions. But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the prices increased, couldn't he just buy less?
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating how much they needed to sustain them each time. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough, especially after such long and careful planning. So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
Wow. Kurosawa was purchasing all the emergency provisions at his own expense. And no one ever appreciated what he did. They just complained and held him accountable.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. In the face of hardship, nobody cares to think twice. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, then there wouldn't be such a severe backlash now. Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. What he was doing was truly a thankless deed. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell anyone, I'm still not too clear myself. If you're still curious, why don't you go ask him yourself? I see. That reminds me, it seems that his vision was recently confiscated. Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell that sword that is so dear to him.
Sword? What sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses a very valuable blade. He's carried it for years now. I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father, that it was too precious to sell. In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Everything has its price, at least that's what I think. Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll even provide you with the answers you're looking for. Oh, but before you go, if you would kindly settle today's bill.
But we didn't buy anything!
Information is also a kind of commodity, wouldn't you agree? Don't worry, I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa. Nothing we ever discussed was explicitly confidential anyway. Oh, let me think. 2,000 mora should be a fair price.
At least we now know where the emergency provisions are coming from. Plus, we found out that Kurosawa has a priceless sword in his possession. Let's go talk to Kurosawa again and see if he can remember anything.
Oh boy.
What are you doing here all by yourself? Where
You
did
can
the
support
rest of you
Hippie
go?
Redneck Geek by giving a
Cinnabon!
tip at Buy Me a
presented them
Coffee,
with a choice.
Streamlabs, or
Either they
Stream
left or I
Elements.
drew my sword.
See links
They
in the
left.
chat.
It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Perhaps I should
It
start
was
using
supposed
it
to be
more often.
board game night, but the
Did you
people who
manage to
didn't
track down
here
the treasure
didn't
hoarders?
show up, so
Everything I said.
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were distributing emergency provisions, but they were all purchased at your own expense.
Strange. Is that really the kind of person I was? I don't really have any such recollection. Even after all you've told me, I still don't remember anything. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a difficult situation? I really don't understand. But I cannot deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow reluctant to do so. This sword was once wielded by my father. I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. My father ended up catching me in the act and scolded me severely. What did he say? I can't seem to remember that either. It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken from me. So many memories gone. Forever. No matter how hard I try to remember, all I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed. Before he passed away, he placed the sword in my hands and said to me, "With this sword, you should..."
Hey, if you look carefully, there seems to be some words engraved on the hilt. Can you recognize the words?
Virtue and justice? Somehow those two words seem to explain everything now. Taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess that must have been my greatest ambition after all. But what use are virtue and justice? I purchased the provisions for those in need. And look how things ended up. The Tenryo Commission seized my vision. And the very people I was so desperately trying to help refused to understand me. And the irony of all of it is, I somehow still felt sorry when threatening them with my blade. I'm incapable of being a good person, yet I'm equally unable to be bad. I don't know what to do with myself.
Yet another troubled soul. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. The Yashiro Commission would surely help cover his expenses. In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah, seems like losing all ambition is a terrible experience. Fortunately for us, you don't have a vision. Let's go find the next poor soul.
Okay. Let's go. Find somebody else. Back up, up, and away we go.
The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a famous sword master around these parts. Paimon heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. Sounds pretty impressive. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around. Let's go talk to them.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all off in the end, didn't he?
Maybe, but I'm still worried about him. Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never shaken him. This time, though...
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism has taken place, he'll be right as rain in no time.
Hey there! Did something happen?
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out of here immediately! Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret it.
No! You got it so wrong. We just came here to...
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo Shisui art. It's the whole reason we came all this way, to seek him out and ask him to train us. But then we got here and overheard you talking about how he got possessed or something?
From the way you're dressed, it doesn't look like you're from around here. Please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to cause us trouble recently that we're on high alert. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. He's not able to take on any new disciples for the time being. I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, how about this? My fellow disciple Nanako and I will explain Sensei's situation to you in a little more detail. Then you can decide whether to stay or to leave. Sensei's name is Domon, a name I'm sure you've already heard. Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to defeat many other prominent sword masters, never losing a single fight. He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master in the world. And so, even while training us, he continued to hone his own art. His fervor truly inspired us, and we trained hard, determined to keep up with him. But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He hasn't been the same since. He says the strangest things over and over, and he refuses to let us train. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's been possessed by an evil spirit. So we've asked the shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine to perform an exorcism. But if I'm honest, I still have my doubts over whether he'll completely recover.
The Grand Narukami Shrine? What's that?
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty Shogun herself. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine would have clear power and authority to perform an exorcism. So don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going to be just fine. The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both more than welcome to come and watch if you're interested.
So, losing your vision can cause possession? Guess we should come back this evening and see for ourselves.
Okay. It's already evening time, isn't it? Okay. Not quite. So we'll go do something while waiting. We got the dull blade. Okay. Right, let's see here. What we got here?
You can't budge! Steady as stone.
Mini Happy returns!
That was just way too easy.
Where do you want this stuff delivered to, boss?
Still haven't figured that one out neither.
Up to it, Manzai!
stuff delivered to, boss.
Okay. I still ain't figured this shit out here.
Many happy returns. Sorry, pal. So, congratulations.
Well.
Sorry, pal.
Yeah, skyward!
Okay.
Yeah, skyward!
Okay. Didn't seem to do anything. Well, the dome's gone. Oh, there goes the dome back again. Huh. Okay. I'm not getting these electrode things here. I'm not understanding them. Excuse me. I have no clue.
I'll catch up.
Uh-oh. What the hell?
Someone needs assistance.
Pure by pure accident. Okay, I'm gathering up these relay stones. Oh.
I'll catch up.
There we go. Okay, so now I think got that. So what does that do?
Leave it up to me.
You can't run!
Oops. You must have a limited distance. This is not connecting to that one at all. Well, I become a relay now. There's another relay stone back here. There. Okay. And sort of have an idea what I'm supposed to do here, but I can't figure out how to do it. Alright, well. Y'all want to come out here and come after me, so.
Up to it, Manzai!
That felt pretty good.
Alright, just get up here. Time for the exorcism.
Let's get down to business.
Oh, crap. Oh, there was a teleport right there. I could have saved a bunch of time. All right.
So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive any earlier. You would have had to witness Sensei in one of his fits of madness. Just now, when Nanako was attending to him, she heard him whispering a few names to himself. When she asked him who the people were, he suddenly looked panic-stricken and pushed her away. It looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and looking frantically around him with bloodshot eyes. All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew, others we didn't recognize. But they all seemed to be the names of sword masters he had defeated in the past. One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's, his senior, in fact. But Sensei defeated him in a duel many years ago, and he has been a wanderer ever since. Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. Thankfully, the Shrine Maidens managed to subdue him, so the exorcism can finally continue. The ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently await the result. Here's hoping Sensei will be back to his normal self very soon. Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes up, he is sure to be thirsty.
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? Uh-oh. Could they be here to mess up the exorcism? keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious person sight!
How did you catch up with me so quickly? Are you sure you're Domon's disciples? You move even quicker than he does. Unless... I guess it's been a few years. Maybe his skills have improved again.
Excuse me? We're the ones asking the questions here. First off, who are you? And what are you doing sneaking around these parts? You seem like bad news, mister.
Bad news? I'll have you know I trained side by side with Domon back in the day, long before you ever showed up. I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you must know, I am Domon's senior.
His senior? Wait, that means you must be...
Anzai? Yes, that's me. Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again. When we were young, we trained under the same swordmaster, studying Make-Yoshi Sui art together. I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as a steady and dependable older disciple. Practitioners of Make-Yoshi Sui art seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. So the majority of disciples are indifferent to rank and reward. I was no exception. But Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei and ask him, with a beaming smile on his face, how to become the best in the world. Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title of the best swordmaster, barely days into his training, showed that he had a fickle mind, and that this would impede him from ever mastering the blade. I thought so too at the time, but Domon began making swift progress in his training, and even started catching up with me. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long since freed his mind from all agitation. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less than perfection in the art of the sword, and nothing could deter him from this goal, no matter what stood in his way.
Sure sounds like he meant business. So how come you don't want to ever see him again?
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed our sensei as the master of Make-Yoshi Sui art. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. I had trained the longest. Everyone had high expectations from me. Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just the match, but my pride and my status too. I fled the dojo that day and never looked back. Later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei too. Sensei was advanced in years by then, and unfortunately that match used up every last ounce of energy in his body. After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down, though, I still respected his mastery of the blade and his commitment to the art of the sword. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. How could he, of all people, have lost his mind? His mind was the sharpest of them all. He had practiced Make-Yoshi Sui art to perfection. I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, I heard him call my name. I thought mine was a name he had long since forgotten. So you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. I just wanted to see for myself. Okay, you've heard my story. You should get back now. The exorcism is probably finishing.
Seems like we got it wrong this time. He wasn't here to mess up the exorcism at all. Still, Paimon's Damon's not sure we should bring him back with us. Let's go see how the exorcism's coming along.
You're saying he isn't possessed? Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible? No, I refuse to believe it. Something's clearly wrong.
Nanako, please. Try not to get agitated.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit having possessed Domon. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed myself. Thus, I dare not rule out possession with complete certainty. And all is certainly not lost, for I received word not long ago that Lady Yai has taken an interest in your sensei's case.
Lady Yai? Is that the same Lady Yai that I think you mean?
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's wonderful news! Then Sensei will be sure to recover.
Correct. Lady Yai is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience in the exorcism of evil spirits and aversion of great calamities. I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your sensei, but Lady Yai can give a conclusive verdict.
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we prepare a greeting gift for Lady Yai?
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand Narukami Shrine. Lady Yai does not like to be kept waiting. I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine. I wish Domon a full and speedy recovery.
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken notice of our sensei's case?
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve Lady Yai's attention?
No, that's not what I meant at all. You misunderstand me. I just mean this is Lady Yai, the head shrine maiden. She has direct and close contact with the almighty Shogun herself. Anyway, you should join us too, tomorrow. Given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei, we, the disciples of Meikyo Shisui Art, will do our best to help you.
Sure! After all, everyone seems pretty excited about Lady Yai. We're curious to meet her too. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find out a thing or two about the Raiden children from her.
Okay. Up to the shrine. Oh boy. It's going to be long truck all the way around over there, and where I just came from, pretty much. All the way up there. Holy crap, what a climb. Ooh, I see a Sealy over there. All right. Well, that didn't work. Electrogram level is insufficient enough. Okay, let's see here. Let's try this then. Switch her out. Switch.
Here, let me help you.
Okay. Oh. Electrogram level is not high enough. How the hell am I supposed to make it higher? Oh.
You're in for a little shock.
Nope. And do it. Okay. I don't see any more electrograms anywhere else to get. Okay, well, just leave it alone. I don't know beyond that there what to do, so. You gotta get up there.
Are you? Steady as stone. Let me amuse myself.
Mighty mythical beast! Congratulations! Alley-oop! Ta! Ta! Ya! Ja! Ja! Ta!
Blink! Make way for the Adeptus! Skyward! Yeah!
Let me amuse myself a little. The more, the merrier.
Skyward! Scatter!
Look at me. Just once more.
Okay. Hey, Dominique. Domini, whatever it's pronounce it. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. Where the hell am I going? Way the hell up there, huh? Come on, make it up there. Barely. Hand's going to sleep. How you doing today? All this climbing. And a viewpoint. All right.
Another bad one? No, let me try again.
Holy crap, I'm not high enough. Oh, back here. All right. Not higher, further, keep further forward. He came in just as it's time for a ad there. All right, come on.
Do you think that's Lady Yai? Oh, no wonder Junior is so excited. She has a really striking presence. Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she look right at us just now? It was probably nothing. It's not like she's ever seen us before.
Keep away. Keep away from me. I gave up the art of the sword. Please, Let me go, I beg you.
As you can see, Lady Yai, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see those who have lost to him in duels past, gathered all around him to persecute him.
Lady Yai, it must be a possession, right? This is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter what came his way, he would always face it with a confident smile.
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil spirit.
But then does that mean he...
Yes. This is a change in the person himself. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. With his wits impaired, he finally descended into madness. As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision. For to be stripped of one's vision is to be stripped of one's ambition.
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yai, even without his ambition, why should he suffer such a dramatic change? How does that explain his descent into madness?
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could ever hope to achieve it. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an aged swordmaster who was aggrieved enough that he crossed blades with a disciple he himself had taught. Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both? Can one truly remain unagitated, of still mind in moments such as these?
Lady Yai, I'm not sure I understand.
The path of the swordmaster is filled with twists and turns. It is no small undertaking to pursue the position of greatest swordmaster in the world. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams of others, even those of one's closest companions. Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise above the pain of these encounters, to focus on the way ahead. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. As he battled his growing anxiety, he slowly descended into the state you see him in now. Much like a certain fatally flawed friend of mine.
Poor Sensei. To think he's been suffering so greatly.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Father, Sensei, Ansai.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Ansai? Where did he come from? Did he follow us the whole way here?
Ansai, why are there two of you? Is that you or a ghost? You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it would come. I never should have.
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. But I didn't come here to settle a score. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing wrong that day. I couldn't face the humiliation. That's why I ran. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, when you cut our ambitions short, we entrusted them to you, in the hopes that they might carry you further. Now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer, since you've been stripped of your ambitions too. But that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of the sword all the way to the highest peak. You taught them that, didn't you?
But what if one day, the same thing happens to them? I put everything I had into trying to become the best. But what if it was all a huge mistake right from the start? If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather they stay where they are now than go any further down this path.
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirates, I told myself I would follow in your footsteps for the rest of my days. I can't know whether I will suffer in my future as you do now. All I know is that here and now, in the present, I wish to continue. I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone with my head held high and announce that I, like my sensei Domon before me, am a master of Meikyo Shisui art.
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually, all of us think that way.
Goodness. Well,
You see? You can place the ambition you once had in their hands. Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me, so I can't claim to understand it. But I do know what it feels like to have your ambitions crushed. That's what happened on the day that you so effortlessly defeated me. So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you, it is time for you to release yours into their custody. You are not in the same position that I was. When I left, I had nothing to my name. But you have a great number of worthy disciples.
I understand. I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for the state of Meikyo Shisui art. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and suffering inside of me will not abate, so I cannot hope to still my mind and be free of agitation. But as your sensei, I shall commit to imparting unto you everything I have learned in my life so far. This is my promise. And I humbly ask Anzai, my senior, to hold me to my word.
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway, just to make sure you hadn't lost your mind again. But I am now used to the life of a wanderer. I do not belong in the dojo anymore, so I will simply stop by once in a while to make sure you aren't cutting any corners with them. Well, don't just stand there staring at me. Say thank you to Lady Yai and then get yourself back home.
So even though his ambition was taken away, his disciples can take it over on his behalf. Guess that sort of solves this one, huh?
Traveler, a moment, please. Lady Yai has some words for you.
So, my intuition was correct. The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores. For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
Ooh, Lady Yai seems to have taken a real interest in you. She seems super mysterious. Paimon's so curious what she really meant by all that. We can come back to it another time. For now, we should go report back to Miss Kamisato.
Alright. Now we got to go. Back to Kamisato. Oh crap.
Guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka! Huh? Huh?
Traveler, Paimon, it is a pleasure to finally meet you both face to face. I have heard all about how you helped our 3 friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
Yeah. Short of getting them their visions back, it seems like there's no way to really help them. Ayaka, how come this time you get to come out and meet us in person?
Because now that you have done the 3 things I asked of you, I consider you to be my friends. As you will observe, I dispense with the screen for Toma also.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second. But isn't Toma your, servant? Paimon's happy to help and all, but Paimon sure as heck did not sign up to be a servant.
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining. Toma is first and foremost my friend, and was so before he ever became my attendant.
Oh, okay then. Ayaka, you seem pretty different out in the open compared to how you are behind the screen. Alright, we can be friends.
Thank you both kindly. Back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their visions. What are your feelings on what you have seen? Perhaps in the eyes of a deity such as the almighty Shogun, the lives of those who inhabit the world are inconsequential. Thunders roar, lightnings flash, the winds assault, and the rains descent. All these things take place with no regard for the feelings of the common people. But I believe that surely you understand what they must endure. It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. In which case, perhaps you would be willing to reconsider your stance? You will? Really? Naturally.
All right, bravo, my lady. You were right all along.
See? I told you she wouldn't reject them. I'd placed my trust in the right person after all. Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more confidential nature, perhaps we could move to the Komori Tea House? We ought not to involve other members of the Yashiro Commission.
Well, here we are again.
Please continue without me. I'll keep watch.
So, what's the deal with this place anyway? What makes it your favorite meeting spot?
This is land that was gifted to the Yashiro Commission by the Shogun. The Kamisato clan has the exclusive right to plan, build, and repair any property on this land, and even to allow or deny access. Such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission's role in managing ceremonial affairs. Oftentimes, it is not appropriate to discuss details in front of bystanders.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Gotta keep a bit of mystery, right?
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our forebears built a tea house here. Only members of the Yashiro Commission are permitted to come and go as they please.
Makes sense. Perfect place for a secret base.
In any case, we can talk freely here. I presume you have a few questions that you wish to ask me? Of course. We have tried on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, each time a proposal to repeal the decree arrives at Tenshukaku, it is promptly vetoed by both the Tenryou Commission and the Kanjo Commission, and subsequently scrapped. They invariably adopt a stance of unconditional support for the Shogun's decisions. They have no interest in discussing anything. It almost makes one wonder whether they had a hand in the Shogun's sudden decision to issue the Vision Hunt decree. The almighty Shogun. I've seen her on but only a few occasions, most of them formal ceremonies. She inspires awe, commands respect, and exudes a sense of absolute authority. But as I recall, there was something else about her that struck me even more deeply. It was her almost complete lack of any emotion. In that sense, she appeared to me to be less of a ruler and more of, well, an executive official, I suppose. Focused exclusively on her single goal of implementing eternity, acting accordingly without feeling. The issue is this. For the vast majority of people, the Vision Hunt decree is something that has no implications whatsoever. After all, it is but a tiny minority of people who receive visions. Moreover, it is not unknown for visions to spark jealousy in others. Because of this, the attitude of most people towards the Vision Hunt decree is one of indifference.
How can they be like that? Paimon's getting mad.
Nevertheless, in addition to us, there is also the resistance on Watatsumi Island.
Resistance? You mean like an army fighting against the decree?
Yes. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together under Sango no Miya on Watatsumi Island to form a resistance group. To say a little more about Sango no Miya, historically, there has always been some conflict between them and the shogunate of Narukami Island due to their different belief systems. But I do wonder whether there may be some other agenda behind their resistance movement, beyond merely fighting the Vision Hunt decree.
Ooh, Paimon has a question though.
Oh? What would you like to know, Paimon?
Have you got a plan yet to fight the Vision Hunt decree?
To be honest, we do not.
What?
Please, do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt decree is tantamount to challenging a deity. Coming to terms with that is already a difficult step to take.
So what are we gonna do?
Well, for the moment, all we can do is try and reduce the harm that is being caused by this decree. For example, by providing vision bearers with safe refuge, or manufacturing counterfeit visions for them as a contingency measure.
You're telling Paimon that there are people out there who can make fake visions?
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamizaka. To the naked eye, their counterfeits are indistinguishable from the genuine article. The problem we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu, who is providing us with counterfeit visions, has recently been arrested by the Tenryou Commission.
Darn! So they found out about it? Ugh.
Yes. We knew it was not a long-term solution, and that it was only a matter of time before it would be exposed. But we cannot simply abandon Master Masakatsu. Exactly. I feel the same way. But given mine and Toma's identities as part of the Yashiro Commission, breaking him out of prison would risk dragging down the reputation of the entire Kamisato clan should we be caught. That would only serve to cast suspicion on any future activity we might seek to attempt. By no means do we intend to place the burden of such a task on your shoulders alone. When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop run by the Naganohara family. There, you will find someone who can help you.
Out. And out. Out. Hey, cool British lad. Welcome to the channel. How's it going? Oh crap, all the way back over there? At least this time we got our teleport waypoint. Oh, I keep forgetting to get that one. No, wait a second. I'm going to here. Why the hell is it
If
got me
you are
sitting over
presently
there?
unoccupied, perhaps we could stop a while at
Thank
for
you.
some repose and conversation.
I am doing good.
Kamore Tea House only accepts guests of sufficient status. Please don't enter without permission.
Thin mints.
Just hand it over. You don't want any trouble with me.
Girl Scout Thin
If you
Mints.
think your elemental powers are enough to resist the Vision Hunt decree, then you'd better think again. Believe me, you're not the first of your kind we've encountered, and we've seen the same unpleasant outcome time after time. You'd best save yourself the trouble.
Can't you make an exception? I just got this vision. I won't even use it, I promise.
So this is the Vision Hunt decree in action, huh?
Mm-hmm.
We can't just sit around and watch
Frozen.
things unfold, can we?
Dude, everything makes you hungry when you're a stoner. Have you considered ordering a pizza? Pizza.
That's my stoner bot.
Hey, wait! Huh? There's someone trying to get our attention. Come on, this way. What's going on? Can't you see we need to go help?
I think I had pizza 2 days ago too.
Just sit tight and watch for a moment. Hey, this isn't right, you know. Just because you don't have a vision doesn't mean you can sit back and watch others in trouble. Huh? Hey, wait! You do have a vision!
Shh! If you don't keep your voice down, I won't have one much longer.
All right. Here, take it.
Wise choice. All right, let's go.
What should we do now? He's already given up his vision. Doesn't he know what could happen to him after losing it?
Yo-Mew?
It's your fault. You're the one who stopped us from interfering.
Many
I don't know.
thanks,
I'm
Miss
just
Oya.
still getting
If
you.
you hadn't swapped me a fake just now, I'm sure I would have lost it.
I'm just getting into the game, so I don't.
Performance.
Oh, so that's what's
Join
going
Hippie
on
Redneck
here.
Geeks Discord server at, well, this is too hard to say, so just check out the chat for the announcement on the URL for Hippie Redneck Geeks Discord server.
Think nothing of it. I could tell from your reaction we were on the same side. You just didn't know it, you know?
Don't forget to check out Hippie Redneck Geek on his YouTube channel as well, to catch up on most back episodes.
Owner of Naganohara
Yeah, I've only
You can
been playing.
support Hippie Redneck Geek by giving a tip at Buy Me a Coffee, Streamlabs, or
Practically
Stream
everyone on
Elements.
Hanamizaka knows Yoimiya.
Only been
See
playing a
links in
couple
the
months,
chat.
Of the summer
so
festival. Without her and her fireworks,
maybe 3.
summer on Narukami Island just wouldn't be the same.
Whoa, that's quite the introduction. Paimon loves fireworks. It's nice to meet you.
Stop it, Hanjiro. You'll embarrass me. As for thanking me, you'd be better off thanking Master Masakatsu.
For the first
He's the one that gave
couple
you the
months
visions in the first place.
that I played, I only played
His
2 or
hand
3
was
days,
allowed
2
me
or
to keep
3.
My own vision. Whew, I can't even imagine trying to run the business without it. Ugh.
Yes, Master Masakatsu is a good man. It's too bad good people seldom get the recognition they deserve.
For the longest time, I was only playing maybe 2 or 3 times a week.
doing too?
Now I play every night.
You don't say. Then it sounds like the Shirasagi Himegimi has a plan. Awesome! I've been thinking about breaking him out too recently. But if I just marched straight in there by myself, I'd probably get Miss Kamisato in a whole heap of trouble.
So, what about if I join you instead? Sure, welcome to the team. Ayaka told us to go look for help at a fireworks shop. She must have meant you. Seems like I finally got a new job to do. Besides hiding vision bearers in my shop, that is. So, Master Masakatsu is being held at the police station. I've already surveyed the area and found a way in. Whoa, talk about a reliable source. Seems we've got the right person on our team. Not bad, huh? Let's go as soon as everyone's ready. Don't worry, Mr. Masakatsu. We're on our way. Time to break him out!
Yeah, this is only my second day in Inazuma. Why did I have that there? Why did it send me to that quest there? I didn't take commissions. Yeah, this is only my second day in Inazuma, so. And I play about 3 hours every day. But I've actually explored everywhere here. I've opened it all up, except for Inazuma. I haven't explored all of the places, but I've explored, maybe 50% of Liyue and Mondstadt. I got some places to Mondstadt where I got even higher. I still got to do some. I got to do some ley lines today. Got to do at least 5 ley lines. Maybe 6. Maybe 6 by the time I finish. Where am I going here? Go back over there in just a little bit here. Fire and my normal
Sooner
too.
we're done, the better.
Now that we're inside, this place is a whole lot creepier than Paimon imagined. Come on, this way. As long as we stay quiet, we've got a good chance. I certainly wouldn't want to end up locked away in here. Let's find Master Masakatsu and get out of here. We should split up.
All right, well, have fun. Enjoy.
Present to prepare for Master Masakatsu. I'll be right back. You sure? All right then. Just be careful not to get caught.
Thank you. You too.
You too.
Oh, that was okay.
We must leave no stone unturned.
You can't run!
We must withdraw.
Talk about a big door! It seems we need to collect something shaped like Magatama in order to open it.
Judgment!
Show me what you've got!
Sorry, pal. Up to it, Manzai. Alley-oop.
I must withdraw.
Brace yourself!
Sorry, pal. Mighty mythical beast.
You can't run! Shiver! Yeah.
I dare you!
Judgment!
Show me what you've got!
What a nuisance!
Withdraw.
Judgment!
I've been bested.
Who goes there?
Judgment! Lights out. You can't run!
I won't forget this.
This wall looks a bit odd. Maybe there's some special trick to it. These guys seem a lot tougher than usual. Paimon wonders if that armor over there has anything to do with the source of their strength.
I must withdraw.
Punishment!
Brace yourself!
Show
me what you've got!
Return!
Soldiers, quick! Don't hold back!
Hey, what gives?
You can't run!
Get them!
Judgment! Lights out.
I dare you!
Up to it, Manzai!
Don't hold back! Bested.
Mighty mythical beast!
Nagatama shape look pretty similar to the grooves on the door over there?
Teach me a lesson.
Congratulations! Many happy returns!
Show me what you've got! Don't hold back!
Steady as stone.
Allow. Just like that! Show me what you've got!
Someone needs assistance.
Seize the skies!
Show me what you've got! A word!
You can't run! Punishment!
Up to it, Manzai!
I need to train harder.
Many happy returns!
I must withdraw.
You can't run!
Yeah, man.
Shh! Quick! Hide! Look over there. That must be Master Masakatsu.
Did you really think that little trick of yours could fool us? Locking you up was just the beginning.
No!
Oh no! Those Tenryo Commission brutes are torturing him!
If we don't come up with a way to break him out fast, then... Huh? Yoimiya, when did you get back here?
I can't bear to watch. If anything happens to Master Masakatsu, our whole plan will have been for nothing.
Hey, you there! What are you doing?
Ma'am.
We were just teaching him a little lesson, that's all.
Huh? Who's that?
That's Kujo Sara, adopted daughter of the Kujo clan of the Tenryo Commission. She's also a general in the Shogun's army. What's she doing here?
Make way, let me have a look at him. I'm sure you're well aware that torture is strictly against military regulations.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are unashamed of such disgraceful action, then you are also unworthy of the Tenryo Commission itself. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am. It won't happen again.
Paimon sure wouldn't want to get on her bad side.
Hey, this is our chance. Let's move while they aren't watching Master Masakatsu.
Yoimiya, are you sure now's the right time?
Who is that? Quick, go and investigate.
Yes, ma'am.
They're coming! Quick, hide!
Sorry. I didn't mean to. Don't worry, I've got us covered. Time for my little present.
Fireworks!
Huh? Was that an explosion?
It sounded like fireworks.
Quick, let's hurry!
The fireworks were enough to distract them. Maybe more than enough.
Fireworks aren't just for festivals, you know. I was particularly proud of this batch. I decided to.
Whoa!
Yoimiya, this is turning into a bit of a fireworks display.
Well, fireworks are my craft after all. Every batch has to be spectacular.
Look, the coast is clear. Now's our chance.
Yoimiya, is that you?
Master Masakatsu! Sorry we took so long. Oh, those awful guards.
Come on! We've got no time to lose! They could be back any minute! Oh.
Yes, leave. Before I let my judgment get the better of me. He's in serious condition. Be sure he gets immediate medical attention. But remember, once he's recovered, it won't be long until I bring him right back.
Well... You can bet we'll do all we can to keep that from happening.
Leave this place.
Right.
Phew. We're finally out of that creepy place.
Yes. Finally, I've made it out of there.
Master Masakatsu, how do you feel? Can you hold on?
Don't worry. I think I can make it to the infirmary without keeling over.
Thank you. All of you. I'll take him to get treated. I'll treat you to a round of drinks once this is all over.
Don't worry, worry about us. Just take care of Master Masakatsu. Good thing we were able to rescue him. Right, Kujosara. Do you think she was making up for how the guards were treating him? It seems as though there are some okay people among the ranks of the Tenryou Commission. Though Paimon would never agree with their actions in the Vision Hunt Decree, of course. How about we go tell Ayaka and the others the good news?
Okay. I haven't even been to the Adventurers Guild here yet. All right. Great. We got this other one. Let's see here. We're going to go to this other first.
Special yakitori for sale. Come and try some.
I see. So Kujo-Sara stayed her hand. It would appear she still has some honor to her. I wonder if we should try establishing contact with her. Perhaps we could coax out some information.
Unlikely. Don't forget, Kujo-Sara is also carrying out the Vision Hunt Decree. She obeys the orders of the Raiden Shogun without question. In her eyes, Master Masakatsu is of no threat to the decree. This is why she was so willing to allow his escape. If our true motives were ever divulged, she would act against us without a second thought.
True. Though if you ask me, Master Masakatsu's release is an unexpected blessing. We are now one step closer to victory. And we couldn't have done it without Yoimiya and the Traveler. You're turning out to be even more reliable than we expected.
Don't mention it.
Indeed. Things may have turned out very differently this time without the help of the Traveler. But if we wish to mount any sizable resistance against the Vision Hunt Decree, there is still much to be done. It is time we make ready our next set of plans.
There's no need to rush, my lady. Things seem to have taken a turn for the better, at least. Not only have we rescued Master Masakatsu, but our list of allies appears to be growing. Yes, which reminds me. The Tenryou Commission seems to be making preparations for a celebration. They call it a ceremony of sorts. And the number of samurai out enforcing the Vision Hunt Decree seems to be waning. The days ahead may be more peaceful than usual.
A ceremony, you say? Why would such a task be left to the Tenryou Commission?
I don't know, but I'm sure it has nothing to do with us. Anyway, with the Tenryou Commission busy with preparations, we should have a little more breathing room than usual.
You do present a good point. Being in a constant state of alert will only tire us further. Perhaps a period of rest is in order. Toma, what would you suggest?
I'd say a celebratory feast is in order. Might I suggest an evening of hot pot together? Funny enough, I learned a new hot pot game recently. I'm sure you'll find it quite amusing.
A hot pot game? What's that? Well, as long as it has to do with eating.
Simply put, every person prepares an ingredient to add to the hot pot. Once the meal begins, we add all the ingredients together. Then we take it in turns to close our eyes, pick an ingredient out of the pot, taste it, and guess whose ingredient it was. Anyone who guesses correctly can go again, and whoever finishes the meal with the most points is declared the winner. Tradition even has it that the winner receives blessings from the god of Hot Pot. Don't you think it sounds like fun? I've been wanting to give it a try. In fact, I've already got my ingredients prepared.
You really do want to play, huh? Well, sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. Time to gather some ingredients. But what should we choose? Ooh! Paimon proposes we gather raging demon-level Joyun chilies, super salty ham, mist flower corollas. This is already shaping up to be a hot pot to remember!
Oh, my stomach! It feels like Yoimiya's fireworks are going off inside me.
Who would have guessed that Toma would be the winner? He ate practically all those weird ingredients without a second thought. Toma? You okay, buddy?
Salt-crusted herring, unripe lavender melon, flash-boiled dongo, oh, and whatever that thing was that nearly froze my tongue off. Hold up, my life is starting to flash before my eyes. Time I call it a night, everyone.
You've only got yourself to blame, Toma. All those strange things you ate were ingredients you added yourself.
But weren't you the one who added those little cakes, Ayaka? I think the Traveler ended up eating one. Boiling cakes in hot pot? Ugh. Think of the texture.
I must apologize. To be perfectly honest, I thought the cakes would be a tasty addition.
Uh-oh. I'm definitely not okay. I need to lie down. I feel like a new man.
You know, Toma, all you had to do was guess wrong on purpose and it would have been someone else's turn. Talk about being competitive.
Guess I've been feeling unlucky recently and wanted the god of Hot Pot's blessing. Perhaps I did get a little carried away. Still, I couldn't be beaten at my own game first time around. I think my luck has already taken a turn for the better. I can sense it. So without further ado, I hereby declare that the winner of today's Hot Pot Challenge is me.
Oh, brother.
Good effort, team. Another important job taken care of. Next on the agenda, some well-earned rest and relaxation.
Yes. If the Tenryo Commission truly is as busy with preparations as Toma claims, then some rest would be a welcome change of pace. And with the extra time, there are some other matters I wish to attend to.
Let's all take some much-needed time off. After a few days' rest, we'll reconvene at the Komori Tea House and discuss our next operation. Downtime is hard to come by these days, so be sure to make the most of it. I'll tidy things up here and start thinking about our ingredients for our next round.
There's gonna be a sequel?
Sure, why not? We should play again now that everyone knows the rules. I'll see you all later.
Bye, Toma! Seems we won't need to be visiting the Komori Tea House for a while. Why don't we go explore some other places?
All right. So we have finished that quest. Although we got some...
Where do we go from here? What's the plan?
We do have...
Traveler, Paimon, hold on.
other quest that's going on too.
Ayaka?
Something has come up, and I would like to request your assistance. But you ought not be nervous. This is not coming from the Yashiro Commission or the Kamisato clan. It is my own individual request.
Individual request? You mean personal stuff?
Correct. It concerns my mother. This may seem a little sudden, But in my view, you are the only person I can entrust this to. A few days ago, I was sorting through some old family belongings when I found a notebook that belonged to my mother. She wrote about all kinds of things, mostly of little consequence. But what drew my attention was a name. It is one that I have never heard before, so the fact that she mentions it so frequently, it makes it difficult for me to ignore.
Probably your mom's best buddy, right?
Never. And although my mother and father passed away many years ago, both my brother and I are familiar with the vast majority of their acquaintances. So, I am very curious about this mysterious individual. I would very much like to meet them. According to the notebook, their name is Tsubaki. This seems to have been someone very important to my mother. Someone with a lot of personality, who liked to have fun.
Paimon thinks it sounds like a girl's name.
That's what I thought too.
So what do you want us to do? Do you need us to find her for you?
No. Her address is given in the notebook. We can head straight there. I wanted you to assist me with the preparation of greeting gifts. Please keep everything I have told you in strict confidence.
Tsubaki's going to be
The
her
proper
lover.
course of action would be to involve my brother and visit her together. But he is terribly busy at present, and on a more selfish note, I don't wish to involve anybody else from Inazuma in this matter. Exactly. That, and you are also a kind, well-mannered person with a genuine concern for other people. Not to mention trustworthy. I would not feel comfortable with anyone else in this situation.
You can count on us. We've done greeting gifts before, so we should be able to help. In terms of payment, just treat us to some delicious food and we'll be more than happy.
Wonderful. In fact, I was hoping to take this opportunity to show you both around, if you don't mind, of course.
Oh, we don't mind. We don't mind at all. Do we?
Thank you kindly. Shall we head off then? Ogura Textiles and Kimonos is our first stop.
Alright, sounds great.
Alright, well, we also got another thing going on here, too. Private commission. We have this other. What? Oh, I never did finish that one. Onotsuka. Okay. I finished that one there. I was wondering, I think, didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I think somehow did it.
Everything is negotiable, except overtime.
Alright, and there was this other one that's up here. The estate.
Cinnabon 2 just redeemed change hats.
Hippie redneck geek now has to change hats to the dark brown fedora.
Dark brown.
The lady of the clan.
This would be the dark brown one. I do believe that's the dark brown one. Double check, make sure that's not the medium brown. Oh, that's the dark. This is the dark brown. Okay.
Protect the lady of the clan.
Don't we have a job to do?
Thank you, Cinnabon. Thank you for keeping me on my toes. Alright, we're going to go in here.
I'm sure the Kamisato clan will be fine.
Yep. Alright, there's the pleasure making acquaintance, okay. Yep. I mean, I got all kinds of stuff in there. This is the only one that you use, and you're the only one who uses it, so. Ah, so. Okay. Alright, okay, this is for what I do for commission, okay, for reputation, okay. Okay. And this is where reputation experience is handled. Okay. We have guide. Movable guide, there we go. Okay, where are we at here? What do we got? Hey, I was almost got enough for 20. At 21. I got enough for 20, so. Alright.
There are still documents that need to be seen by the commissioner.
Let's see here. What else we got that's close by that we got to do here? Or, let's see, that's. Oh yes, this here we got that as well. Got all these miniature things, many things going on. Okay. Okay. Deliver this letter. And while we're here, we've got some electroculisis. I've only got one. I thought I had more than that. Huh.
I can't believe I gotta sign this tab.
Okay. Now, done. We can now get to Others out here. That one there. Okay. Ooh. That's what I got. Electro sigils. Okay.
Protection of the Electro Archon.
See that he stays
May the
safe.
blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally.
Which one? Got 3, 4. So, use the power of Electro. Oh, I need to change. I need to change out. Her, switch. Cannot switch to target character. Why?
Here, let me help you.
Why?
Try not to enjoy this too much.
Contain the ward.
Come a little closer.
Not getting it. Not understanding here. Oh, there it is. Is it right there in front of it? Okay. This is going to be that one that I couldn't figure out. Which locals? Gotta go up to one.
I've gotta think of a way to save. I've gotta think of a way to save Florida. I wish it could be like this all the time. Think of a way to save Cornda Village.
I mean, it's only like 4 houses here. Not many locals. Well, that's literally all. Oh, there's one more local. Okay. What else am I going to ask now? That's literally everybody. That literally is everybody here in the town. Oh, the boy up on top of the roof. Okay.
I've already waited this long. May as well keep waiting.
I don't have the key. Alright. Obtained purse by the Dreaded Well. Okay. Loading bags. Okay. Bag of cargo. Right.
Someone needs assistance.
Part here.
Yeah! Scatter! Skyward! Make way for the Adeptus!
Ledger of goods and payments.
Yeah! Skyward!
There's more! Mighty mythical beast!
As the coin purse. Oh. There. This is a ledger. Back to list of goods. Okay. Look for there we go. Okay. Achievements. Wonders of the world. Alright. Alright, any more? Alright, don't see any. 246 achievements is.
It's my lucky day.
I must leave no stone unturned.
There's more! Fry! See no more! Suffocate! My blade!
Up to it, Monzai! Alley-oop!
I got careless.
Mighty mythical beast!
The wrong time.
Oh, cool. This stuff looks dope.
You're in for a little shock. Let's spark things up a little.
Steady as stone. I'll catch up.
stone
Here,
unturned.
finally. Holy crap, this well is much more than just a well. Okay.
Come a little closer. Heep. Heep.
Skyward!
Ho.
Stray clouds converge!
Hey there, Iron. Welcome to the channel.
Dude,
Hey,
sounds like
KD.
someone's messing with your vibe. Time to channel your inner zen and get that karma flowing back
Dude,
your way.
long
Peace
time.
and love, man. Herb Scissor hashtag stay trippy.
What's up, my brother? It has been. I've done a lot of stuff here with the
Ah, what trinkets have
with
we
the
here?
the
Present them for one's perusal.
channel here. So got an AI bot now, a stoned one.
You can support Hippie Redneck Geek by giving a tip at Buy Me a Coffee, Streamlabs,
That is
or
great.
Stream Elements.
That
See
is
links
great.
in the chat.
Okay, you got this here. Now what do I do with it? Not there.
Skyward!
Yeah, I definitely know that feeling, and it's like, you know, somebody who's a recovering addict themselves, you know, and there's really not, you know, nothing I could do to help you, to let you get through it yourself. I had to let you get and go through it yourself there. Yeah, no, you know, I'm not in a rush. I'm, you know, as I said, you know, it's just whenever I am, you know, you got to get yourself straightened away. Alright, I'm done with that one. What am I here for? Oh yeah. Back here for... Forgot where I was going to.
Join Hippie Redneck Geeks Discord server at, well, this is too hard to say, so just check out the chat for the announcement on the URL for Hippie Redneck Geeks Discord server.
There are still documents that need to be seen by the Commissioner.
The secrets of the mechanical arts are too profound to convey in a few simple words. Oh, but why must the listener grow weary whenever I begin to divulge them?
There are still documents that need to be seen by the Commissioner.
Okay. Well, once you get in there, just let me know, and I will. I'll give you your access.
There are still documents that need to be seen by the Commissioner.
Peace prevails throughout the land, and all things are made new.
Okay.
As buds in the spring. This is an auspicious era for humanity.
Yeah, just ping me in there and let me know that it's you.
There are still documents that need to be seen by the Commissioner.
Alright. Wait a second here. Expedition reward. Oh. Not what I was thinking. Expedition reward. Is it Catherine I need to see? Yep, haven't touched any of that. Oh, I think you can change. Let's see, I gotta find your old one. I have to find your old one here. I think you can change your account name of what your. Let me see here if I can take if that's.
Rebooting.
Come and try some creative cooking. Ooh, you restaurant? That place isn't
You can support Hippie Redneck Geek by giving a tip at Buy Me a Coffee,
Right, I know, but
or Stream Elements.
But I think you can
See
change
links
your
in the
name
chat.
what it's shown as on a server because I know I do it, but I don't think I can change your name on here. Oh, I got to kick your old one here first. Okay, your old one's been kicked. So you should be able to change your name now.
If you are presently unoccupied, perhaps we could stop a while at one's abode for some repose and conversation.
Come and try some creative cooking. Ooh, you restaurant? That place isn't even worth mentioning.
Okay.
Rebooting.
Oops. I'm gonna need to add you to that one. That role.
Come and try some creative cooking. Ooh, you restaurant?
Huh. Because I didn't. I know that I changed my nickname on other servers.
Peace prevails throughout the land, and all things are made new, as buds in the spring. This is an auspicious era for humanity.
Come and try some creative cooking.
You go to edit server profile. You should be able to change your server change your nickname on that server. Yeah, if you go to server go to profile when you click on the server, click on the server name, go to server profile, and you should be able to go and change your server
The
nickname.
secrets of the mechanical arts are too profound to convey in a few simple words. Oh, but why must the listener grow weary whenever I begin to divulge them?
Yeah, there you go. All right. Hold on just a second, everybody.
Error.
Come and try some creative cooking. Ooh, you restaurant?
Peace prevails throughout the land, and all things are made new.
Join Hippie
as buds in
Redneck
the
Geeks
spring.
Discord server at,
This is an
well,
auspicious
this is
era
too
for
hard to say.
humanity.
So just check out the chat for the announcement on the URL for Hippie Redneck Geeks Discord server.
Okay. Well, Katie, I'm good to see you, man. Keep hope to see more of you. But you got to take care of yourself. You got to do you. Okay. Sure, I'm actually about to finish up the game here. About to take the end for tonight. So, yep. Right now would be a good time for me to go ahead and end tonight. So, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow.